When we decided to use these new monitors, we thought surely we'll have some fog and cloud cover to make it easier to see. And of course, the best laid plans, we end up with perfect sunshine and amazing weather, particularly on a day when we're closed, right? We could use this weather every day. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming. Thanks for taking time out of your day to stop by. I know everybody's here to eat and ride the Hurricane, so we want to get you to that as quickly as possible. But we do have a very exciting announcement today. Today's the culmination of a lot of hard work by a lot of different people in a lot of different departments throughout the company. Today's the day we get to finally officially unveil the new ride that's coming to replace the 20-year-old Hurricane that's got a week left and then will be dismantled and head to a amusement park in New Mexico. So if you long for the Hurricane, it's just a few states over in one time zone and you can go ride the Hurricane as much as you want. But before we get into what we're bringing, this day gave us an opportunity to think about how do we do ride announcements at the boardwalk. And so we were able to look through our archives and look at some old footage of how we announced the Hurricane 20 years ago. And we have this very long, detailed video that was produced by marketing to promote the event. We snipped it down to just a couple seconds that we wanted to show you today to show how we celebrated the Hurricane 20 years ago.
That was totally excellent. Excellent. Woo! We love the ride. Fantastic.
And it's magnificent.
Better than that.
Incredible.
The best.
Not for the weak-hearted, that's for sure.
Everybody recognize that guy? That was 29-year-old Donovan 20 years ago. Full of something and vinegar back in the day. All right, well, let's get to the new ride. The first thing we wanted to do is unveil the name and the logo of the new ride. So without much ado, here is what we are going to call the new ride. So the new ride is called Undertow. As you can see up on the screen, we had a really long collaborative process to work on the name. Mark took us off property and sequestered us for an entire day. Got out a dictionary and a thesaurus, and we went to work. And we had a lot of different names on the table, but after a lot of deliberation, a lot of consideration, and a lot of thought, we came to believe that this was absolutely the best name for the ride. After riding the ride up in Logan, Utah a couple months ago, this name seemed even more appropriate because just like an Undertow has the ability to pull you under and spin you around, this ride very much does that. So we have some technical data about the ride. It's produced by Maurer and Son. They are in Germany, and it is an SC2000. SC stands for spinning coaster. So the ride not only go up and down and really fast, but it'll spin you around at the same time as well. So it's got just about everything and a little bit for every type of rider. And we have a video of what the ride entails. It really is an awesome ride. A group of us went to Utah where they have a version of this ride a couple months ago with Sandra, myself, and Omid. Sandra and I rode it, I think, 6 times. Omid only lasted twice, so you can draw your own conclusions from that. But every ride is different. You sit back to back with 2 other people. Sometimes you go up the hill facing up, sometimes you go facing down. And depending on the weight in the car at a given time, it spins differently, and you'll be going and not knowing what the next turn is. You'll think you're going to fly off in one direction. All of a sudden the coaster takes another turn and you have to get caught up. It's really an amazing, fun ride. It's a ride that people of all ages and all types of coaster enthusiasts will really love. It's not the most extreme coaster by any stretch, but it's absolutely a fun, good time and something that our guests and our employees are really going to be excited about and really love. We have some images that we've been working on. This is the artwork of the car. It's a little hard to see here, but we did a ocean design to it. And we'll run these images through after we're done here so you can come up and take a closer look. For the media that's here today, thanks for coming. And we can get you all these images as well when we're done. So this is an image of what the ride vehicle will look like. These are going to be custom painted in Europe for us. Hopefully when we pull them out of the cart, when they arrive, they'll look exactly like this, but fingers crossed until then. Here's some other images of what the ride vehicles will look like. See a technical drawing there. And then here's an image of what the tracks will look like. We went through about 28 different color schemes for the ride, and we wanted to pick something that kind of blended in with the rest of the colors of the park. We looked at some pretty radical color schemes, and we were worried that if we went with something that was way different than anything we had, it would really kind of stand out in not a good way. So we went with something that blended really well. One of the great things about this ride is it's all about the ride vehicles. There'll be multiple ride vehicles on the track at any given time, and so visually it's really interesting to somebody that's down on the street or standing at this vantage point watching it, because there's multiple things happening. You don't have to just wait for one big long train to go up the hill and then rip around the tracks. There's cars all throughout the tracks going at different times. So it's really all about the ride vehicles and not so much the tracks and the structure. So we wanted to create a structure that kind of blended into its surrounding and really highlighted the ride vehicles, because that's the big selling point of this ride. We have another image. That's an image of what it'll look like once it's up on the tracks. You notice the lift hill will be going in the opposite direction, and it'll turn out towards the ocean, and you'll have a great view heading that way. Now the view is mostly that direction. This new one, it'll all be this way of the boardwalk and the bay. It'll really be an amazing thing for our guests. They're going to love it. And we're unveiling some promotional posters and banners around the park today, and this is what it'll look like. This is our big promotional piece, and we have a website that's launching right now. I think we're posting on Facebook maybe as we speak and letting our 220,000 Facebook fans know about the new ride that we have coming. We did a little teaser for them last night. And we also did a private sneak peek of this ride for the American coaster enthusiasts yesterday that were here for their final ride. And they are very excited, very pumped up. They loved what we're doing with this ride, and they think we've hit a home run with it. So we're very excited about the next few months. And with that, I'm going to get out of the way and let you get some stuff to eat and ride the Hurricane a bunch. So thanks for coming, and have a great day.